Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Football Manager season highlights. I should change the skin. Yeah, we're going to change the skin. I don't like the light skin. The only problem is I don't remember which one I was using. Let's try that. There we go. Right. So this season highlights is a little bit different. I decided to do the post Fergie challenge in 2013. So Alex Ferguson retired from Manchester United. Just FYI, I don't support Manchester United. I don't particularly like them. I mean, unless you're a supporter of them, who does? But I decided to take on the Manchester United job in Football Manager 2014 and see how I did. Obviously, David Moyes was the one that took control, finished 7th in the league, got sacked with 4 games to go. As you can see, I am still in charge. I survived one season, so I've done better than him in that regard. Well, let's have a look at how I did. If we go to Man United, can we find out how I did, just in general? Or maybe let's just go to the fixtures. Right, yeah, here we go. So, well, obviously, League, Premier Division, we came 3rd, so we didn't quite win the league. We were, unfortunately, 16 points behind, because we drew a lot of games. But, I mean, I did better. I had 10 points more than Moyes did, or Moyes plus Ryan Giggs. 10 points more, several places higher, 4 places higher. Finished ahead of Man City and Liverpool and Arsenal. Not that Liverpool or Arsenal were good at that point. Well, Arsenal were coming 4th a lot. But as you see, it's the big 6 at the top. Finishing below Spurs, that's not so good, especially given them some distance. But I did beat them twice. Somehow, 2 of their 7 defeats came against us. As you can see, they drew far fewer games. They managed to grind out more victories, which is why they finished higher. And Chelsea, with Jose Mourinho, won the league. So that was how we did in the league. In the cups, if we could just get rid of all that. So Community Shield, we won. We can't actually see the full match details, but we managed to beat Wigan 2-0. David Moyes did likewise, so on a par with him there. Champions League, we did get to the knockout stages, but crashed out to Leverkusen. David Moyes actually beat Leverkusen, and he got to the quarterfinals, so he did better there. Capital One Cup, they got to the semis. I got knocked out in the 3rd round to Man City because we got such a great draw. Moyes did better. I did better than Moyes in the FA Cup. He got knocked out 1st round. I got to the semi-final, which is sort of the same. So we basically did the same in the Cups. It's just I had a better FA Cup run. He had a better League Cup run. And I unfortunately lost to Newcastle. And had we made it through that, we would have ended up... how do you get to the final? Ended up in a final against Southampton, who finished 11th. So, could have won the FA Cup, but we didn't. So, all in all, fairly disappointing season. But, I mean, I was just happy not to get sacked. I don't think I was ever in danger of getting sacked. As you can see, obviously a lot of draws, lots of defeats. This was a particularly sticky patch here, where I managed to only win 3 games out of a bunch, but hey-ho. Champions League group finished like that, so we did finish top. 1 draw, 1 loss, so not too bad there. Worst result of the season? Probably the 3-0 loss to Leverkusen, that was pretty bad. Lost to Southampton, lost to Chelsea. Oh, the Chelsea loss was bad because we lost a goal in injury time. I think, was it Lukaku? No, it was Demba Ba. Lukaku was playing for someone else at this point. Yeah, we lost to Demba Ba, last minute goal. In terms of transfers, because I did make some transfers, obviously they talk about United having an ageing team at this point. So I tried to... How do you get to history? Alright, excuse me a minute while I... here we go. Transfer history. Right, so I got rid of a bunch of players. Oh, okay, so most of those are on loan. Oh, look, you do. Where are they now? My gosh. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, so ignoring the loans, Anderson went to Marseille. Can't remember why I sold him. I think I just needed money, and I was kind of heavy in the centre of midfield, so I got rid of him. He was wanted by Marseille. Looks like he went on and did all right for Marseille. Javier Hernandez went to Barca for 14 mil. Did okay, although he was more of a sub player. So I got 6.5 for Anderson, 14 for Javier Hernandez. Here's a big one. I signed Sami Khedira from Real Madrid for Nemanja Vidic and Antonio Valencia and 20 mil. Is Sami Khedira worth Vidic, Valencia and 20 mil? Maybe, maybe not. How did Vidic do? He played 42 games, did okay. That was maybe a mistake because he's a good player. I don't think my defence was so bad. It was scoring goals that was at times a problem. And Valencia did okay as well. How did Khedira do for us? Not great. Don't think it was worth it. I think I mugged myself off with that one. As you can see, loads more loans. Then in January I sold Nani to Chelsea because he wasn't playing and he was unhappy. And he went on and did pretty well. And then, yeah, I made a total of 51 mil. Spent 43 mil. Signed Wesley Sneijder from Gala, he was 29. Still is 29. Pretty good. Maybe not so good in the physical department, but he's obviously good with his technical side. And I signed, is that Stefan Lichtsteiner, Swiss footballer from Juventus. Signed him for 9 mil, and he played right back for the whole season. I thought I sold Raphael. It's not showing. Oh, there he is. I sold Raphael to Real Madrid. Third player that went to Real Madrid, and he ended up doing really well for them. So I sold some good players, which probably was the difference. I mean, admittedly, I brought in some good players as well. Apart from Carlton Cole, I brought in him because I didn't have any strikers. I'd like one striker and I needed another one. And he was the only free transfer that had Premier League experience. So he's contracted for another... don't know how long. Let's have a look at the team. See if they did. Ben Amos didn't play at all, thank goodness, because he was the only sub-keeper. I'm sure he's good. But in this game, David De Gea is just amazing. Like, David De Gea saved us so many times. Stats, overall. Yeah, so De Gea and Rio Ferdinand played the most games. Top goal scorer. We actually had Van Persie up there, Kagawa, Rooney and Sneijder. Rooney was awful. Like, quite frankly, missed so many chances. Van Persie went through a sticky spot too, but he still got 20 goals and 20 assists. Lichtsteiner got 15 assists from right back. Impressive. Player of the match, Lichtsteiner up there. Rain Winnie. Ferdinand, yeah, lots of player of the matches. Highest average rating, Lichtsteiner. Only a few people got above 7, which is a wee bit disappointing, but hey-ho, there you go. Did Carlton Cole score? No. And he only had a 50% shot, which, to be fair, actually, 50% is good. In fact, it might be the highest. Second highest to Makeda. Yeah, Makeda was back up, but he managed to pick up 5 goals. Danny Welbeck was injured for most of the season, hence why he only played 10 games and did score 2 goals, though. Did okay. Yellow cards. Lichtsteiner got 12. Oops. Red cards. Fellaini got 1. Yeah, it was a horror challenge. I'll show you if I can find it. He was okay. Wasn't terrible. In terms of the tactics, I didn't know what to do, so I just went with this. I got rid of the wingers. Like, Ashley Young didn't play the whole season basically. Look, he played 1 game off the bench. Ashley Young played 1 game off the bench. I sold Nani mid-season, so we had no wingers. Played predominantly through the middle using wing backs. Actually, that was the formation I played most. So kind of push high up, wing backs get far forward. Rooney and Van Persie up front, Schneider or Kagawa in behind. Kagawa was really good at the start of the season and then he dropped off and then Schneider came in. And then Khedira, Carrick and Fellaini made up the midfield. I played Darren Fletcher a lot as well. Where's Darren Fletcher? How did he do? But he was injured at the start. I also played Johnny Evans at first. He did alright, and then I brought in Chris Smalling, or Mike Smalling, depending on who you're listening to. So yeah, not bad. Let's have a look at some of our best goals, which we can find if we go to award goal of the month. So our first goal of the month contender was, we got first 3 times. So first it's Wesley Schneider. Oh, by the way, I hate the full screen on this because it shows Sky Sports. Like, why? Why do you have to show big letter? I don't hate Sky Sports, but this is Football Manager, man. I don't want it to be that immersive. Oh, brilliant. Was that it? Can we see that again? Can we have a replay? How do you replay it? There we go. Schneider, free kick in. Fellaini, goal. I mean, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was spectacular. Also, I know when I said I don't want it to be that immersive, that's a bit, weird. But for some reason, I just get very bothered by the Sky Sports there. This is a pack, not a pack. This is a skin. It's a custom skin, so someone's obviously put it in there. I just don't like it. Don't like the Sky Sports being shown. This was a Fellaini goal. It was very good, actually. Watch this. So it comes from a corner. Khedira playing it around with it. Look at that. Boom. In off the crossbar. Who's going to go for Arsenal? Was that Viviano? Cool. So that was Schneider's goal. Not Schneider's goal. Fellaini's goal. This is Schneider's goal. Free kick. Boom. Against Tottenham as well. 2-1 win. Pretty good going. There's another goal I want to show off. I think it was the QPR game. This has to be one of the funniest own goals ever. Yeah, look at this. Clint Hill scored an own goal, except it wasn't really his fault. Watch this. Rob Green in possession of the ball. Going to throw out to someone or kick it out. Let's watch it again. I've never seen this before. I've seen silly on goals, but not that silly. I mean, look, there's no danger whatsoever. I'm just gonna kick out here, no trouble, ignoring the fact there's somebody stood right in front of you and even makes an attempt to save it. Look, he's like, I've messed up, and I'll just try and dive, make it look like I'm doing something incredible. So yeah. To be fair, we had a rough patch of fixtures at the end of the season here. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, but we managed to get draws out of all of them. Arsenal. There was a good Liverpool game back here if I can find it. Also, this was when Cardiff were playing in red. Not sure Cardiff fans like to remember that time. Yeah, this was an interesting game. 1-0. They went 2-0 up. Then we pulled it back to 2-2. Then they went 3-2 up. And then Kagawa scored with 8 minutes to go. That's it. Post Fergie challenge completed. Man United should have hired me. Just kidding. And I would have done marginally better than Moyes. There's the winner of the game against Liverpool. I don't think I beat Liverpool. Did I beat them? No, I drew. I drew with all the big teams. That's the problem. The biggest results I got was 1-0 over Arsenal and a couple of wins against Spurs. Chelsea I drew with. City I drew with. That was the best I did against them. And obviously Champions League, we never faced any big guns. We got dumped out by Leverkusen. If I can find out anything about their team. I mean, it's a decent team. I don't reckon Emery can. 20 years old. That's the only name I recognise. Oh, wait, Son. 21. Not bad. Anyway, I think that... Oh, look, Leno. I recognise that. That was an Arsenal keeper. Yeah, that should do it then, I think, for the season highlights. Don't think there's much else I want to look at. We'll have a look at the under-21 squad, see some of the players that are in there. Januzaj, Lingard, Zaha, Bebe, Michael Keane. There was another Keane. Reece James, I'm pretty sure he's a player, although I think he's a right back as opposed to a left back. Plays for Chelsea, right? Okay, so we've got a few people in there that are doing well at the moment. Anyone in Dean Henderson, goalkeeper? Scott McTominay, although it's got the wrong flag. Only probably hadn't declared for Scotland at this point. Yeah, pretty cool. So, thank you very much for watching. You can see but the management there are disappointed at various things, but job security 45, yikes. Squad harmony is good though, so that saved me. Anyway, I'm Havering. I will see you when I see you. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.